Hello and welcome. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this very chilly morning here in Norwich. Please say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're from. And yeah, hopefully it's a little bit warmer where you are. Oh, hi, James. Hi, Jane. Welcome. So we're here for our weekly check-in. See how everybody's doing. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. And Happy New Year. It's the first time I'm seeing you all this year. And do let us know how you are. Put in the chat how you're doing. So let's just, we're going to do a scan to start, just to quickly check in. And you can do this sitting down, standing up, however you like, lying down, whatever. We're just going to start from the top and just see how we're doing this morning. See if my camera can focus. Everybody. So we're going to start from the top, as if we're got a scanner, photocopy from the top, just scanning down, top of the head, check in, the throat, top of your shoulders, scanning all the way down, your intestines, your hips, your legs, your knees, ankles, your feet. Just notice, are there any areas that you're holding or any areas that feel a bit weaker today? Just have a scan. Great. And now we're going to check in with your 3 burning spaces, see how they're doing. First of all, placing your hands over, or just taking your mind to your lower burner, this area below your navel. How is it today? Does it feel full of energy? Does it feel a bit slower? Maybe there's an image or a picture that comes to mind when you think about it. And I'm going to take our focus, our attention to this middle burner above your navel, the space where your digestive organs are. Just checking in, how is it? And then taking your attention to your upper chest, this upper burner, your heart and your lungs. Just notice how it is today. Fantastic. So we'll just check in with the group, see what's happening. Just do this quick poll. Which burner do you want to work on most today? Okay. To see if anybody else wants to vote. It's pretty balanced. Okay, so we have a okay, so pretty much between the upper and the lower, and the middle's up quite high up there too. So I think that's quite a good sign to work on everything today. We'll focus on everything. Okay, perfect. Lovely. So let's just start by getting everything moving. Let's do some doing. This really wakes up all the meridians, trains the meridians, and also gets us to focus on any of those areas that when we did a scan just earlier, if there's any area that came up for you that was a little bit tighter, then we're just going to take a few more moments on that area, spend a bit more time. Or if there's an area that felt like it needed energy, that felt a little bit weaker, again, wherever we take our attention, that's where the energy flows. So we're going to spend a little bit more time on there. So you can kind of temper your practice today to focus on those areas. So I'm going to start from the top and just with really light fingers, starting from the forehead and then working our way either side of the midline of the head. And this is where our bladder channel runs. We've been working on this water element these last few weeks. This nourishes, tonifies your bladder channel. And what we can do, we can press in. We can also just press along these lines. And I find that with the head, you can actually press quite hard, bringing some relief to these places. I'm going to work along the sides, so from the tips of your eyebrows, we're actually going to start with some light tapping, and then following this line around the sides of your head and down the sides of your neck. Just bringing your attention here. And then this time we're going to use the palms of your hands just to do like a gentle squeeze. Pressing in around the sides of your head. Can you see it's the camera? Oh, that's so great, Jane. First time ever your burners feel fairly balanced. Love it. Hopefully that's a good sign. Balanced in the right way. Just pressing around the head. I'm going to work around with our face, really waking up the meridians. This is really great to help the lymph move, starting from the midline of the forehead and working your way out to the sides. Now squeezing, I'm going to squeeze your eyebrows. It's a really great way to remind them to relax. I know that my eyebrows seem to come together quite a lot. So just reminding them to relax. They don't need to meet in the middle. They don't have to frown. So massaging this muscle. Just come a little bit closer while we're doing the face. Lovely. Pressing, stretching out the space. Your fingers meet in the middle and then roll out to the sides. Reminding us to relax the forehead. Relax your face. And hold on to tension and stress here. And then working the temples. So just pressing gently. We can also do rotate the fingers backwards, bringing your fingers forwards, upwards and backwards. Again, you can do this with your eyes closed, quite nice. Just checking with your temples. Relaxing the muscles. We're going to come directly down from your temples. And you're going to feel this space around the jaw. Opening and close your jaws, you can feel the gaps. And pressing into these spaces, these open spaces. Whew. Reminding the jaw to relax, to not hold on. And pressing down around the jawline. Just find the areas where you find it's a bit tight. Pressing in and around the bottom of the jaw. It's great for your nervous system. Great to do in the morning. Great to do in the evening. Just really reminding your jaw to relax, to let go. It doesn't have to hold on to anything. Pressing around the jaw. And then this magical point, and the stomach point, just below your, if you're looking forward, just below your pupil, just pressing in here. Great for your sinuses to clear this space. Pressing in, imagining draining the area. And then while we're here, we can work this point here, just the large intestine point, just at the base of the nose. Pressing in. This is a wonderful, again, just to clear this area. Opening up your sinuses, wonderful this time of year when things can get congested. I'm going to go diagonally down across this, across your face, working down across your neck. Good. A lovely point here, just below your nose. Pressing in. It's a very calming point. Take a few deep breaths as you press in. Great. I'm going to brush it off. Brush off all these. Face. Smile. And now working down your neck. Again, this SCM muscle. Just tapping, checking in with it. It's often you find it can be quite tight. It can feel like kind of stringy sometimes. So we just want to make sure that it feels super juicy. The energy is flowing down. So just pressing in, checking in from the top where it inserts, all the way down, pressing, massaging. Again, so wonderful for your nervous system. Just reminding your neck, reminding this muscle to relax. Doesn't have to hold on. Remind your body that it's safe to relax. Good, taking some deep breaths as you do this. Now we're going to work the back. So I find it really nice just to squeeze. You can use your hand on the top of the neck down. Pressing your fingers towards your palm, sorry. Both sides, from the top all the way down. And if this was an area that you found that you're holding tension or needed energy, just really focusing your attention into this space. And now to work across your chest. So having your hands very relaxed. I'm going to start from the middle, just underneath your clavicle. You can make some noises if you want, just opening up this space. Allowing more breath to come into this area. If you're feeling quite jittery today, then sometimes like doing doing can be quite stimulating. So all of these points, instead of like doing this kind of percussion, you might just want to do some stroking or even holding, and like, you know, wherever you take your attention, that's where the energy flows. So even by holding these areas, you can also create change, have more energy flowing here. So this doing is great when you want to get the energy moving, but if it already feels a bit too jittery, like it's moving too fast, then you can also do these slower techniques. Okay, working around your chest, whatever feels good for you. I love these lung points, which are just underneath the front of the shoulder here. Really opening up. Now we're going to work your arms. So starting with one side, working up, inside, across the chest, coming over, working down, back of the shoulder, back of the arm. And then again, coming up. And you can work. We've done quite a few different meridians now. So you can work different lines. So each time when you come up and down, working a different part of your arm, and just knowing that wherever you work, you're going to be activating one meridian. So it really doesn't matter. Everything's beneficial when you're working like this. And brushing down, and just paying attention to each finger. And with each finger, with each toe, there is going to be a meridian either starting or ending. So it's really great to give them a squeeze. Brush it down. Do the other side. starting chest. I'm going to start at the bottom. Coming up the inside, across the chest, around the back, the shoulder, all the way down. And like with the other side, doesn't matter where you work. You can try and vary it each time, coming up a different area and going down a different space. Waking up the whole arm. It's quite nice that when you do come up, you can work into your armpits. It's where your heart meridian starts. Down. Again, brushing off and finishing the end of your thumb, end of your fingers, just giving it a squeeze. Nice. Now we're going to work your torso. So coming down the sides. And like gently working around your diaphragm. It's quite a nice area that you can really get your fingers into. Just pressing underneath your rib cage. Notice how it feels. Does it feel soft? Does it feel a bit tight? Is there any holding there? Taking your attention, taking your focus to this space. And you can take your fingers and pressing around the back, pressing around your rib cage. And while we're here, we can rub around your kidneys, rub around this area. And sometimes you can actually feel your kidneys feeling hard or tight. So we're going to take some breaths into your kidneys as you're rubbing. Close your eyes, breathe into your kidneys. Imagine as if they were a muscle, imagine them relaxing as you breathe into them. And you can take this rubbing further down. I think it's really nice to take your attention around either side of your sacrum, rubbing this area. Around the side of your hips, especially around your coccyx. Really good to pay some attention to this space. On the sides, we're going to go back to our loose fists as we activate the channels around your hips. And I find that often when we're in social situations, we're really great at smiling, being open, but sometimes if we're feeling tight or tense or there's something that you're not saying, I often find that it can be held in the hips. So just paying a little bit more attention to this, allowing your hips to relax. You don't have to hold on to anything anymore. And then we're going to go down. We're going to go down the outside of the legs, and then we're going to do going up the inside. So it's big, juicy muscles. And again, if it's too stimulating, then we're just going to rub. We're just going to create a bit of movement. And if you're happy to, you do in either side, the legs, all the way down, and then coming up the inside. And all the way down. And one last time. Brushing them down. I'm going to do it one more time. And this time I'm going to work on the front of the legs. Coming down the front, around the knees. We're going to come up the back, literally the midline of the back. Up here. This is your bladder channel. Down the front. And brushing down. Now we pay a little bit of attention to your feet. These wonderful things holding us up all day. I'm going to first of all ground down into one side. And take the other side and we're going to stretch the front of the foot. And again, you can do this standing or sitting on a chair. It doesn't have to be standing. Stretching out the side of the foot and then rotating your ankle both ways. And maybe a shake out. And again, stretching the front of the foot, leaning into it. And then you're going to press, you're going to have your toes on the floor and then just pressing forward, rolling around. So you're really getting a stretch in between each of your toes. Taking another shake. And then when you press this foot down, just notice how it feels compared to the other foot. And then we're going to reach this foot down into the earth. Really imagine these roots grounding down. I'm going to do the other side. First of all, stretching the front of the foot. Really nice with these toes, bones of the foot to get a stretch. And then coming the other side, placing your toes on the floor, and just rotating from one side of your foot to the other, massaging the ball of your foot onto the earth, and the side of your foot. And pressing the heel into the floor, giving a shake. And doing again, stretching out the front of the foot, sides. Good. And then back onto the ball of the foot. And just rotating from one side to the other. Side of the foot. Pressing the ball of the foot down. Just giving it a shake. And then closing your eyes. Just check in. How do your feet feel now? How does your body feel? I'm going to do this scan another time, just scanning from the top of your head all the way down. Just notice, is there any change? Okay, let's just give the sides of our body a bit of a stretch. So we're placing the feet on the floor, very relaxed. And again, you can do this sitting up or standing, sorry. And we're going to start with the top of your head. And we're going to imagine, we're going to start stretching, but from the top vertebrae. So we're going to reach your head up and over to the side. And as you go down, you're going to imagine we're going to move one vertebrae at a time down the side of the body. Just wherever feels comfortable. Now we're going to engage our core. We're going to come up one vertebrae at a time. All the way to the top. When you come to the top, reaching the top point of your head up to the ceiling, creating space, stretching your spine out. You can really imagine the coccyx is softening down to the ground. When you go to the other side, so again, reaching head up and then over to one side. Imagining one by one the vertebrae stretching up and out. Good. And again, you're going to engage your core. You're going to come up one vertebrae at a time. You might feel that one side feels easier than the other. That's completely normal. You do it again, the other side, reaching the top of the head up. And then one vertebrae at a time. And over to the side. And feel a bit more movement this time. I can feel it coming into all the way down to my hip. And again, engaging the core, coming up slowly, and finishing with your head reaching up to the ceiling. Good. And on the other side, head reaching up and over. Down to the other side. Really feeling that the opposite side is opening, stretching down, engaging your core and coming up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Taking a few breaths here. And do it one more time. Reaching your head up to the ceiling, coccyx down to the ground. Knees are soft, ankles are soft. Reaching up and over to the side. Feeling more space in between the vertebrae. Engaging your core and coming up slowly. Reaching your head up to the ceiling. Good. Going to the other side, head up and over. Creating more space. Opening up. Good. And coming up, engaging the core. Reach your head up to the ceiling. Having a shake out, full body shake out. Hopefully now you feel more space in your body. Things flowing, moving more smoothly. Stretch and click. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to the point of the week, and in line with the water element, we have got a point called CV4. So it's actually on the midline of the body. Let me show you. So this is the last point. It mostly focuses on the spiritual level of the water element. And we chose this point because it has a very powerful action. It is one of the points that on the spiritual level with the water element, it's all to do with your ancestors, and it's to do with like the energy that we receive from them, the energy that comes, that we're born with, that we inherit from them. And this point is amazing at connecting. See, we have a point. Here we go, CV4. So it's called the Gate of Origin, beautiful name. And yeah, it tonifies the essence and the kidney, Qi, and also, which is a very powerful thing, it's the meeting place of the spleen, liver, and the kidney channel. So whenever we have a meeting point, this is often like a very powerful, strong point. And it is 3 sun. So a sun is it's a thumb's width. So if we have, and obviously all our bodies are very different, so it's going to be your 3 thumbs below your umbilical cord, below your belly button. So you've got 3 sun below the navel. You will find CV4, and it is yes, exactly. It's a conception vessel. It's an amazing point. We use it a lot in Shiatsu. It's really good at helping to ground. Helping ground, but also just bringing energy into this space. You really are helping the whole of the water element, sorry. So we can spend some time pressing it. So it's 4 thumbs below your navel, 3 thumbs below your navel, 3, and just, you can press into it. And what's really nice is if you like place one hand pressing onto your CV4 and the other hand on your back. So it looks a little bit like this, you can see. It's 3 thumbs below, pressing into here, having one hand on your back like this, and I find it really powerful. Closing our eyes and just taking some deep breaths into this space. Just focusing on this connection. You can imagine your thumb or your finger, whichever, whatever's pressing CV4, it's connecting all the way to the back, connecting with your hand behind. So see if you can feel that connection, even if it's like a warmth. It's as if you are like an electrical circuit. And imagine Your thumb and your hand, your finger and your hand is connected. Imagine this light is going through from your front to the back. And taking a few deep breaths into this space. And just notice if there's any change. When we work with clients, we often place a hand either side of this point and ask them to breathe into it. And with each breath, you can really feel the change, feel energy building up in this space. And so it's quite a nice, something we often recommend for our clients to do for themselves, to spend a few minutes each day just breathing into this space. You can just imagine the energy is pooling. You can imagine as you're breathing in, you can imagine this as if you're like breathing in a light and it's coming all the way down to this space. Imagine it's like a pool of water, pool of light. Fantastic. Okay, just giving a rub. Off. And just notice, closing your eyes and just notice how you feel now. Taking a few deep breaths. How are you feeling in your body? Okay, now as we've spent some time nourishing this lower burner, we're going to go on to the other burners. So placing your hands around your middle burners for where digestive organs are. Just starting to rub. And again, like we were doing earlier, just pressing around the lower rib cage, pressing around this diaphragm. Energy moving. And then again, we're going to come to the back and pressing your thumbs from the midline all the way around your lower rib cage. Getting the energy moving. Oh, yes, you can. Pressing around rib cage. Working underneath this. Underneath your rib cage here. And then we're going to take some deep breaths. So placing your hands either side of your rib cage. And if you want to, you can close your eyes, or just lower your gaze. And as you breathe in, you're going to feel your rib cage expanding out. So we're going to make more space for your organs, more space for the energy to flow. So as you breathe in, expanding your rib cage out. As you breathe out, releasing, contracting back. So opening out to the sides, and then releasing, contracting back. So as if your rib cage is like a balloon, it's really expanding and opening and then closing, contracting. And just see if you can get a little bit more movement, even if it's just 1%, creating a bit more space. Like in this way, your ribcage feels a bit like an accordion, everything opening, expanding, and then closing back together again. We keep doing this. This time, when you start to breathe, you're going to feel like you're actually opening up your back as well, not just the sides. You're going to open up to the back and the front. So you're going to place a hand at the front of your ribcage, just below your chest, and then one at the back. And this time, as you're breathing in, opening, expanding forward and back, and then closing, contracting. Opening, expanding, closing, contracting. This is a great way to move energy. Imagining this opening and this closing. Full deep breaths in and easy breaths out. Again, imagine this balloon expanding out and contracting back. If your middle burner felt at all tight or congested, this should really help create change. A few more breaths here. Wonderful. So now I'm hoping that everybody feels a little bit more expansive in this area, that it feel like you can breathe a little bit easier. And now I'm going to bring our attention, our focus to your upper chest, to this upper burner. This is where your heart and your lungs are. I think like we've spoken about it before in previous classes when we've done breath work together. It really feels like you're saying like a full yes to life when you're breathing into this space. I know that sometimes people can get stuck, and often clients are only breathing up into the top and not breathing down. But now that we've already breathed down into your lower burner, we've breathed into the middle burner, now we can create more space into your upper burner. So instead of thinking about shallow breaths, we're going to take full breaths, but we're going to breathe all the way to the top of the chest as well. So not just breathing into the top of the chest, we're going to imagine we're breathing into your lower burner, your middle burner, and the top of the chest. We're going to bring our hands over the chest just to make sure as you breathe in, your chest expanding out in all directions. Your chest, your rib cage is going to push your hands away and then bring more space into here. Make more space for your heart, make space for your lungs. Placing your hands just below your clavicle. Closing your eyes or just lowering your gaze. Breathing into this space. And yeah, I didn't share actually how my burners were at the beginning, but I have just had coffee. Very rare occurrence for me. So my heart was racing a little bit. So I definitely felt my upper chest was definitely the most active, definitely the area that I wanted to focus on today. So I'm going to see if this helps. Breathing into your upper chest, creating space, imagining the ribcage is opening out and closing again, just like this openness, this expansiveness, and then this closing, contracting. And this movement is really powerful. It really can help create change, opening and closing. So taking some easy breaths, filling up your lower dantian, your lower burner, the middle burner, and the upper chest at the same time. So we're not going to do it in a wave. We're going to open it like a balloon. Imagine everything opening, expanding, and everything closing and contracting. So taking some deep breaths, imagining everything opening, including your upper chest. And out, exhale, everything releasing, relaxing. Everything opening, expanding on the inhale. Really this full yes to life. Just knowing that all around you is this abundant energy. As you breathe in, you're allowing this energy to come into your body. You can imagine you're breathing in light, breathing in space. And then exhale. This energy is nourishing your body, and you're only breathing out what you don't need. Just breathing out, releasing what's no longer serving you. Opening, expanding, and then closing, contracting. I'm going to keep breathing in this way. I'm going to start to connect your breaths. So doing a little bit of breath work together. As you breathe in, full deep inhales. You're going to release the exhale. And then you're going to breathe, take another breath in. I'm just going to connect it as if it's like a circular breath. So we're not going to hold the breath. We're not going to open the full chest fully and then hold and pause. We're going to release it straight away. And as you finish your exhale, you're going to take a full deep inhale. And then as soon as you finish that inhale, going to go into your exhale. So really smooth breaths, never holding, never pausing. And this way we just remind our bodies how we used to breathe when we were babies, before we sort of learnt different habits of how to be in this world. We're going to release some of those full breathing deviations, things that we've just kind of like learnt along the way. Sometimes it's like a way to kind of have a moment of control when things feel out of control. So we're just going to tell our bodies to keep breathing, don't stop breathing, it's safe to breathe, it's easy to breathe, to send our bodies this beautiful message. So now you can place your hand, one hand on the top, one hand over your navel, taking full deep breaths on the inhale and the exhale, breathing again into all three spaces, your lower abdomen, your middle chest, and your upper chest. Easy breaths, just taking really soft, easy breaths. Not overextending your rib cage. Just really smooth breaths, full breaths in and full breaths out. Your inhale is going to merge into your exhale, and your exhale is going to merge into your inhale. Your body might not be used to having this much oxygen in your body, so you might feel a bit lightheaded, but as long as you're sitting down, lying down, just going to keep breathing. These soft breaths in and out. It sends these messages to your body that it's safe to receive. It's safe to let go. Full breaths in, full breaths out. Just thinking about this miracle of life, this miracle of breath. Enjoying this feeling of abundance as you breathe in as much energy as you want. Enjoying these moments of stillness. Really just focusing on your breath. If your mind wanders, just come back to your breath. If your mind's been elsewhere, worrying about other things, again, just bringing your mind back into your body. Release energy coming into your body, activating all your cells. Your cells are vibrant and alive. Every cell is enjoying this moment. Now we're going to take this into like a full body breath. You're going to imagine as you breathe in, it's as if your whole body is opening and then your whole body is closing on the exhale. So we call it like your body Qi field. It's the area that's all around your body, like 1/2 meter to a meter, all around your body. You can imagine this is expanding and opening and then contracting and closing. So really like the borders of your body are merging with your Qi body, this energy body. And again, taking 4 deep breaths. Imagine this whole body's opening, receiving, and then closing and nourishing. Opening, expanding out. And then an exhale, closing, nourishing. Opening all directions. And then closing, contracting. The borders of your body are merging with your Qi body. Everything's opening and everything's closing. Staying with this breath, this connected breath. Inhale, merging with your exhale, and exhale, merging with your inhale. Great. Good. Now we're going to take your attention to any area that you felt that was a little bit tight or holding, or any area that you're holding tension. You're going to imagine this space opening and then closing. So really expanding out, just with your mind, with your imagination, expanding out, and then this area is closing back again. So opening, expanding, and then closing, contracting, creating movement in this space, just with your mind. Imagine this space is opening. If it's your shoulder, imagine your shoulders getting so large and huge. And then as it contracts back down, it's coming smaller and smaller and smaller. Again, opening, contracting with the inhale, expanding. It couldn't be any bigger. It's really expanding out to fill the whole room. And then you imagine it closing down, contracting. So wherever this area is in your body, and if every area feels really wonderful, then you're going to imagine it's your lower abdomen. You're going to take this focus your attention into your lower abdomen. CV4 point, that's 3 thumbs below your navel, opening, expanding this area, filling up the whole room, and then contracting, coming back into the space below your navel, opening, expanding out, and then closing down and contracting. Just this whole body movement, opening, expanding, closing, contracting. Again, you can close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. Just opening and closing. As you open, take a full deep breath, expanding out. And then as you close, imagine everything contracting down, nourishing. And opening, expanding, really be open to receiving, opening to receiving all this abundance that's around you. And it really doesn't matter how you start this practice, how much energy you feel like you've got when you start this practice, just being open to receiving this abundance of energy that's around you. I find that it's really helpful, like once we've done these exercises where we've relaxed our kidneys, we've breathed into our kidneys, we've focused on your CV core, everything's open to receiving, breathing in, everything's softened. You're allowing this energy to permeate into your body. Releasing, relaxing. It's no longer any need to hold on. You can just let anything that's no longer serving you, just allow it to release. Everything's energy. As you release this energy into the world, it's like a gift. You're like gifting it to something else. Gift it to the trees. This energy is being released. You don't need it. And then being open to receive new energy, new information. Good. And we're going to come to the end of this practice, just placing your hands over your navel. And back to your own natural breathing rhythm. You're going to absorb all this energy, this vital energy you've breathed into your body. Nourish yourself. Imagine it all coming into your lower burning space. Imagine it coming in, placing one hand either side of your navel here, and just imagine you're packing it away and gifting it to yourself. A really powerful way of building up your energy, especially on a physical level. More energy, more powerful. Good. So we're going to use the last 5 minutes together, just by really getting the body moving. I think we've been sitting for a while, lying down for a bit, so I'm going to stand up. Let's see if my legs will work. Oh, yes, just about creaking, cracking. Okay, so having a shakeout. Rooting down one foot, really picking up the other side, having a shake, getting some movement, getting some blood, creating space in between your toes. Good. And then shake off your ankle, shake off your lower leg. If you need to, hold onto a wall or a chair. And then we're going to shake off these muscles of your upper leg. Really create space. That's it. And quite nice if you can bring your knee up to your chest. And if you can, bring your knee out to the side just to create space here in front of your hip. And then you can bring your knee behind you. And when you're doing this, just make sure your coccyx is tucked under, that your hips are lifting forward a little bit as you reach your foot behind you, just to protect your lower back. Don't overextend it. And then also it really helps open up this front of the hip. Nice. And releasing that leg. Sitting down. And then rooting down through the other side. Picking up the other foot, shaking it off. Let's create space here. Get blood flowing. The ankle, the lower leg. As if you're shaking off the muscles of this lower leg. To your knee, upper leg. These muscles all the way around, shaking them off. And then you can bring your knee up to your chest. And then out to the side. And bringing the knee to the back. And then again, just tucking your coccyx under, so pushing your hips forward a little bit to protect your lower back and also open up your hip. You can feel a bit of a stretch in the front here, the front of your hip. Good. Shaking it out. Shaking out your hips. And then we're going to do one hand, release the fingers, the wrist, shake off the lower arm, upper arm, the elbow, whatever weird and wonderful movements that helps get the energy flowing. And then opening up the front of the shoulder, doing some back circles, some forward circles. Stretch it out. And then releasing the other hand, fingers, wrist, lower arm, upper arm. Whatever weird and wonderful movements you do. And some circles backwards. And some circles forwards. Releasing full body shake out. Good. While we're here, let's just open up the chest a little bit more, stretching the arms backwards and forwards. I'm going to alternate which hand is on top. And then just forwards and backwards this way. Well done, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Wednesday morning. Let's have a quick check-in with see how everybody's doing. How do you feel now? Let's just see how this morning's sessions work for everybody. Okay, wonderful. So far, 100% more balanced. Fantastic. So thank you so much. We have another class next Wednesday, and I think it's Basti who's going to be leading that session. So yeah, as you know, always, you can use these techniques whenever you want to. Quite nice to do like this, breathing into the CV4 in the morning or the evening, just to really check in with yourself and just to know that you always have access to abundant energy. It's all around you. So yeah, taking in some deep breaths, let your body absorb all this energy that's around you. Be open to receiving. And thank you so much for all your lovely comments. Such a lovely morning with you guys. I'm going to pop a heart in the chat. And I look forward to seeing you all soon, hopefully. And a huge shout out to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. She's next door. Thank you for being in the chat today and helping us. Right. I'm going to end the session.